What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rivah. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure that you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow my Instagram. It is at RIVAH_JORDON. Now, for this video, it's going to be a little bit different. This says something about, as you can see by the title, if she uses this, she's 100% cheating on you. I obviously, like I said, I never watch the content before I get on here. I like to give you guys my real, raw, authentic opinion while we're watching it together. And I'm really, really intrigued on what they're going to say in this video. So let's just go ahead and get right into it.
This is a very unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think if you're in a serious relationship with a girl, she should not have an Instagram. That's cheating, in my opinion. I think a woman having an Instagram is 100% cheating, especially if she has scantily clad photos of herself on the internet and she's not making money off it, which a lot of women tend to do. They have Instagram just for attention, you know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
And I think for women, attention is like sex for men. So, women love that attention from the opposite gender. And if you got a serious relationship with a girl and she still has a for sale sign on her neck, I think that's very disrespectful. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people think that's toxic. I know you don't like, you disagree.
I think it's toxic, but I saw my face.
She's like, oh,
I can't hide that shit.
Okay. What's your disagreement with it?
I just think I think it's unnecessary. I think it's a part of yourself. It's like, why do you think that my profile has anything to do with like my relationship with you? That would be weird to me. I just think you have to have enough like personal like perseverance to have that. Like, this is a reflection of me. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to like look for anything.
See, you might think that way, but people on us, I don't think that way.
Yeah.
Well,
so, for example,
I mean, I understand guys target you super hard on like all your social media platforms. Like I see that all the time, but it doesn't mean that you have to give that energy to people. It doesn't mean you want it.
So right off the bat, I 100% don't agree with. I can understand the narrative that Myron is trying to make, but I don't 100% agree with that. I definitely don't agree with that. I think that everybody portrays himself differently on social media. That's true. It would obviously have to depend on how, like, if their pictures on the social media are completely scandalous, then yes. But at the same time, I don't think that you know, if you're in a relationship, you can't have an Instagram altogether. I think that sounds a little off.
I just think that's weird.
So, if a man commits to and gives you a relationship, you're saying that you would not delete your Instagram if he told you to delete it?
No.
You wouldn't? Okay.
I think that's weird.
And I think that's an example of you didn't really like him that much then. Because if
No,
a woman truly
I
loves
just
and
think
respects you,
it's
she will
not.
get rid of it.
Well, if he's insecure about my I guess reflection online, then that's too much for me.
it's not being insecure. It's more like, if I'm taking care of the bills, I'm taking care of you. Like, here's one of my requests. At least don't put yourself out there to be like targeted by other guys. Because I mean, if I'm taking that responsibility, then
Why would you be concerned if the girl wholeheartedly loves you? Like, that's not a thing. She wouldn't even consider talking to anyone.
You mean like
that.
trust?
Yeah.
In other words,
So-
I think the girl should change her Instagram and just make it
Or, yeah, she
clear
could
that
make it
she's in a
private and
relationship
just
and
not
don't
talk to them.
post scandalous stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
agree
look,
with that.
I'm not gonna post my ass if I'm dating somebody, but like,
Yeah.
you know.
I'll just say, if I'm
I think he made a point saying like, oh well, if he's paying all the bills and like you can't do that. And this is taking the narrative of like control, in my opinion. I have been in a relationship before where I have not been on social media. I deleted my whole Instagram, but it had nothing to do with anybody else. It's just I just did that just because like I just wanted to detach from social media. It had nothing to do with my relationship in particular. Yes, I don't post scandalous stuff on my social media, but they're just saying like if you have Instagram in general and you're like he says like take it down, it's kind of like I don't know, that sounds for sure toxic, yeah, because it's kind of like you just want that person all to yourself. And I don't hopefully they're gonna explain this more and more as we go. But I don't really completely understand this narrative at all.
Getting you, I want to at least have like access to like see what's going on because I
So
need
you
to
want
know.
a password?
Oh yeah,
Hell
for
yeah!
sure.
I gotta see that shit.
Oh
I gotta
my
see it.
God.
That's the thing too. Is
Is she
like
gonna
you
have your
shouldn't hide your
password?
phone if you
Yeah,
have.
your
If you're in a relationship,
nah.
like you don't have any reason to hide your phone or anything. You know, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is that a lot of guys won't admit this, but they would not like their girlfriend to have pictures of her body all over the internet on Instagram. And I get what you're saying. Maybe make a profile and make it private, and then have like I guess more modest pictures. That can possibly be a middle ground. But in general, if I was to date a girl seriously, I would tell her you're not having Instagram, especially if she's not making money off of it, because I understand how the world works with men and women, and for women, for men it's sex, women want attention. And if she's getting attention, like that's just is disrespectful to the man because
Question.
she's keeping her options open.
What if she does it for like family reasons, like wanting to post so her
There's
family can
phone
see?
numbers, WhatsApp, text message.
Yeah, I
like, you know what I'm
guess.
saying? Like you don't need Instagram. You know what I mean? It's just that women dislike giving away their sexual advantage over men where they can have options. Instagram is a great way to market yourself to a large majority of men to keep options open. And there's a bunch of statistics that show that even married women, over 50% of married women keep a guy in the background and the husband even knows about it. So I say this, again, another unpopular opinion. You have to keep women, you have to protect women from themselves. And the thing is this, modern day women are taught to have habits that are not productive to a good long-term relationship. They have a lot of bad habits. Girls' nights out, showing their ass on the internet, not dressing modestly, etc. I'm not saying you can't do this when you're single, but when you're with a guy, you should have that respect where, you dress a certain way, you convey yourself a certain way on the internet, you don't have scantily clad pictures. In other words, if the car is sold, you shouldn't be wearing a for sale sign on your neck. That's how I look at it. And any guy,
I agree. Okay, so I agree with what he's talking about when it comes to like the girls' night outs and certain things like in that nature to an extent. I completely fathom that and understand. Because sometimes your girls be wanting to go out every single night, and it's like, yeah, you're in a relationship, you can't do stuff like that. Like, hello, but I don't know if it's just not coming across the right way, but I don't know. He told her like, oh yeah, like use WhatsApp or whatever, don't be on social media, and I feel like that just sounds super insecure. Like, I feel like if you're in a really good relationship and the female that you're with loves you and is super connected to you, like I said, we're not talking about scandalous pictures. I'm just talking about in social media in general, because he said in general. Yeah, if she loves you, that trust should be there, and if that trust is not there, then you guys should not be in a relationship. When it comes to that, when it comes to just having social media, I think that that's definitely not a threat to a healthy, thriving relationship with two secure people.
has like a set of nuts, should be able to tell his girl that. And here's the thing, I'm not saying she has to do it, but what I am saying is if you want a relationship with me, you're gonna have to make that happen, because I can go ahead and replace you with somebody else. It's just that a lot of guys don't have the balls to tell a woman that, because it's politically incorrect to have boundaries on women,
Yep.
But that's just my view on it. Oh yeah, so yeah, go ahead. Your turn.
So the girls have pretty much already said everything in the book. But I guess like a big turn on for me is a guy that can listen to me and is also very funny. It's like I love somebody that has like a good sense of humor, a dark sense of humor. I'm very goofy, I'm very weird, so I need somebody that can be, like relatable. So somebody that can like definitely like relate to me and listen to me, stuff like that. That's a turn on to me. Somebody that just listens. A big turn off. I have to completely agree with you. Somebody that's just too desperate. Somebody that's just too desperate that like once I'm talking, I'm being myself, or we're talking and you just want to get in my pants, or every other comment is like a sexual comment. That's a really, really big turn off.
So annoying. Don't do it, fellas.
Yeah.
Do it, but do it smoothly.
And that right there is exactly why I would not want my girl having stupid pictures of herself on the internet, because I know how men think. Like, I know how women say, like, oh, well, I love you, I'm in a relationship with you. We can use the Lamborghini example.
Yeah.
If I have a Lamborghini, right, and it has an amazing lock system, alarm, the security ring is loud as hell and no one wants to steal it, and I park it why would I park it in the hood with the doors unlocked? That's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel if you're going to have a woman advertise herself on the internet, go to clubs, whatever. she's going to put herself in situations that are not conducive to a successful long-term relationship. So, and I get it. Like a lot of modern-day women say, well, I should be able to do what I want, blah, blah, blah. The problem is this. Women want a man to be traditional while absolving themselves of traditional responsibilities as a woman. You want me to protect you, earn more than you, be confident, make money, all these other things? But if I say, hey, listen, you can't put your ass on the internet, you're toxic and insecure. And it's like they pick and choose what they want to take from traditionalism that makes, puts them in an advantage. But the man's roles are always static while hers are negotiable. And I tell guys on this podcast, like, if you're going to be a traditional man, she needs to be a traditional girl. It's bullshit that you have to, be traditional on your end and provide and bring home the bacon and be willing to die for this girl and protect her when she can't even say no when her girls ask her to go on a girls' night out. That's my thing.
Simply put, you want a gentleman, you got to be a lady.
Exactly.
I get that. I get that. But there's like different types of relationships too. Like some are traditional, and there's couples out there that are not traditional, like whatsoever.
At all.
Especially,
And those relationships don't work.
Yeah.
What if she?
It depends.
How do you
There's
know,
different,
though?
There's different.
How do I know?
You're still so young. Yeah.
I know because, over 50% of marriages end in divorce, and 80% of them are initiated by women.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a ton of changes, though. If you look in the last, 50 years, there is nothing that's been the same. So it's like, how do we compare this?
Well, it's easy. As divorce rates have gone up, women have become more empowered.
Right.
But
is that the only thing, though? I think there's so many other factors.
The main factor is that women are initiating the divorce. So what does that tell you?
I don't think in every case they are.
80%.
I don't know.
I mean, we can't.
There's no feelings here.
This is facts.
Google that shit right now.
This is facts. I get what you're saying. Things have changed.
Yeah,
but
but
what
then
I'm
the
saying is that
husband has 3 mistresses and 5 accounts. That he
It's
talks
like
to different
men
people.
have always had an escape. No offense, but men have always had an escape if they weren't happy in their marriage. But for women, this is the first time in society that we're able to do everything that we want to do, and it's not really chastised anymore. You know what I mean?
I'll say this: birth control, morning after pills, it kind of
big
saved
deal.
the way for you guys.
Yeah.
But let's be real here: if none of those things were on the table, and you were doing what we were doing, you have kids out of wedlock. You'd be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, wedlock. You'd be doing the most. So I feel like at some point you have to say, you know what? I have my role to play, and this is what it is. So.
Yeah. And that's what marriage is.
I feel like there's roles, and I definitely feel like, there's respect that needs to be necessary. I feel like, if you're in a relationship, your man should be able to talk to you, and you guys should be able to communicate. And, if he's really against something, I understand. But I feel like I understand if it's detrimental to the relationship. I don't think that it's right that, if you're going to be with me, I mean, and to each their own. So if he feels like, if you're going to be with him, you can't have social media, then you already go into that. He said this in front of so many different people. So we all know that, if you want to be particularly with him, then you have to not have any social media. And that's his boundaries. And no one can tell you what you want for yourself. But generalize, but I also feel like a lot of men don't 100% feel this way. I strongly feel like that. This is just his personal preference. And so for his personal preference, I would say that I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. I think if there's things that are detrimental to your relationship, of course. But if, relationships are not ownership. You can't own anybody. As a woman, you cannot own a man. As a man, you technically cannot own a woman. And it doesn't mean that, you don't have somebody that's committed to you and is submitting to you and wants to follow your lead. But at the end of the day, you can have a woman who's mad quiet and has no social media, and at the same time, she's cheating on you. And it's going to hurt you more because you're like, what? You know what I'm saying? So I think everything is relative in this situation. I don't think it's a cookie cutter statement like how he's making it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that part.
I feel like it's compromise. But I don't know. Every time I think of this, I look at my parents who have been married for 32 years. They were together when my mom was 22. She had me when she was 26. No problems at all. And that never happened. So I don't know. I think that men and women should just have more freedom in general. Both of them should.
Okay, we got our chat niggas on Twitch asking, are you really happy with your views?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Why?
They were asking. It's 6 years, so they're asking if you're happy. Okay. I'll say this because you mentioned that modern day relationships, things have changed. My argument is that the changes have made it worse. So since we're in a state now where marriages, birth rates are at the lowest they've ever been, right? So people are not having children. Yeah. More women are single now than ever before, and they estimate over 50% of women will stay single in 2030. Wow. Then on top of that, about 7 to 8 out of divorces in the West, Canada, United States, etc., are initiated by women, and over 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I think there's a problem here. These modern day relationships clearly don't work, and I think a lot of it is because the gender roles have become ambiguous. Women have become more masculine, and men have become more feminine.
True.
And it just doesn't work. We're trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and it just doesn't work. The world has always existed where the man is in a leadership position and the woman is in a submissive position, and he runs the household. He works, she stays at home. Now, is that to say women shouldn't work? No, I ain't saying that. But what I am saying is that since gender roles are ambiguous now and men are no longer in leadership positions, women find them weak and they divorce. Because a lot of guys are taught to be, get with your feelings, get more emotional, open up to me, all this other bullshit that I tell guys not to ever do. Because as the man, you're the stable rock in the relationship. She needs to be able to come and cry to you. You don't cry to her. You don't tell her your problems. You go tell your male friends your problems. Because unfortunately, with all due respect, ladies, you guys have no idea how to handle masculine problems because women live in a different world than men do. You guys have privileges and accesses that we will never even dream of getting.
This is another thing I don't agree with. I was with him, right? I was with him when it comes to, nowadays men are more feminine. A lot of men are more feminine and a lot of women are more masculine. The roles are reversed. True. But I don't 100% agree that you can't be in a relationship with or a marriage and you can't communicate how you feel to your wife. That doesn't make you any less masculine. That doesn't make you any less strong. That doesn't make you any less the leader. It just makes you a human being that is relaying yourself to your partner who you're supposed to be with somebody. You're supposed to be with somebody that you can trust and express yourself to with no judgment, no nothing. And that compassion and that love is going to be there for you. Yes, maybe some things that you're going through, the person doesn't have to necessarily have gone through that same exact situation. But when two connected people meet and two connected souls are together in a loving and compassionate relationship, like she's gonna be able to just be there for you in the best way that she knows how. So I don't think that makes you any less weak. I'm sorry, any more weak or less strong. I don't feel that way.
I'm saying so. You're not.
Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, and I want to hear what the men think for sure because I definitely want to hear what you guys are saying about this.
Quick to handle my problems as a man. I go even further that if a man does tell you his problems and he's in a relationship with you, the woman's going to lose attraction because you're supposed to be the leader. You can't be bending and folding and being a softie. So I think that's why relationships have lost, and I think this modern concept of men and women is just doesn't work. But
and also
she had something.
Yeah, just add to that point as well. So you're saying men have an escape, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, women have an ultimate escape.
So
because
many.
now you can just, hey, you know what? I'm not happy in this marriage anymore. I'm out of here. I take half his money. So I feel at some point there has to be like a line where, okay, you know what? Yes, women do have their rights and they should have, benefits as well.
Yeah.
But at our detriment, I don't think that's a good idea. Because now, who wants to be married? Let's be real here. Guys that know the pitfalls of marriage, they don't want to get married.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like that's what's made men like so unable to get married and so unwilling to do it because they're like, okay, I don't trust women at all. And so that's why it's kind of like, it's like hindered us a lot because now men are not even willing to do that in the first place.
Yeah. So, but that being said, is a modern way helping us as people or is it hurting us? Let's be real here.
I feel like it might be hurting us right now, but it's still a path and we're on that path. So in like 20 years, I think that we're going to find balance.
I disagree respectfully.
Let's agree to disagree.
Well, look at our kids, though. They're going to have completely different views. We're, like, the first people to try this out for sure.
So, like, for me, my parents have been together for
talking to Mike.
30-plus years. And my mom has always told me, she's like, regardless of whatever relationship you're in, whoever you're with, there's something you're going to have to deal with, and there's something you're going to have to not like. you know, or something you're gonna have to compromise with. So it's just at the end of the day who you pick to love and who you pick to deal with. In my opinion.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, and then turn-offs and turn-ons.
So for me, the biggest turn-on would be like brutal honesty. I like someone that's super honest about everything and everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's better that way. Maybe not emotional-wise.
Because I'm about to say a brutal truth right after this.
So even if it hurts, I mean, I think it's better than finding out later something that you didn't want to know, and you could have just known, and it would have been done and put away, and that's it. You know.
You mentioned earlier that men like have sex with other girls and everything else like that, and they have 5 accounts or whatever.
So I feel like now there's a more access to different, like there's strip clubs, there's escorts, there's OF, you know,
sugar daddy sites.
You know, there's sugar daddy sites. There's, you know, a bunch of things, concierge service. You know, like what is that? You know, I don't even want to know. But
everything.
you know, there's so many different escape routes. I don't want to use that word, but for them, like if they're not happy or their needs are not being met or they feel a certain way, they can go and get that and it's put away.
Yeah, but men, all this stuff is all. I mean, not OF like she said. That is newer, but like everything else has pretty much been there. I mean, even that too, like in just a different format. Everything's been there for men, but the point is when you look at the stats, it's just that women are quicker to leave. A man will cheat and still be with his girl, and he don't plan on going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just I feel like it definitely is different. You know, when a man does it and when a woman does it, it's definitely 100% just different. There's different reasons and there's different, you know, there's different things that happen. There's different reasons why they do it. You know, it's different.
You know, for women, it's completely different. Women don't, you know, you could go to to a gay, like, to a guy strip club. I don't know, like, so that's why women cheat, or that's why women have, like a secret guy that no one knows about. But at the end of the day, I feel like guys have more options to that world, right?
Just out of curiosity, and I want to go around the table with this because this is going to be very interesting. What percentage of men do you think are actually sexually active with women?
What percentage of men?
Yeah,
I would say about 60%.
Okay. You?
Okay, but you say like sexually active with like once they're in a relationship, while they're single.
While they're single,
like
guys
how sexually active are they?
Guys that are out there in the dating marketplace, what percentage of them is actually consistently getting laid?
Oh yeah, I agree with her. Like 60-70%.
Okay.
Single getting laid?
Yeah.
I would say less, like 40%.
Okay.
I'd
Issa,
say-
you know. Wait, have we asked you this question?
No, you haven't.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, never mind.
I would say, I don't know, probably like, I mean, just right now, probably like 50%,
Right this second.
45%.
Okay, 50 to 45%. Okay.
So like completely single getting laid.
Yeah, single.
It's hard to get laid these days. I mean, men.
40%,
not women.
I'm gonna guess.
40%?
I don't know.
Okay, so, guys, yeah. I was just about to do it. Only about 10 to 20% of men are having sex with about 90% of the girls.
Not in Miami, though.
There's no way.
Hold on. No. Actually, it's even more highlighted in Miami.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. So, ladies, you got to understand, and this is why I say all the time, men don't cheat, they just have sex. When you guys bang someone else, is cheating. For a man to get sexual access to women is very difficult, and a small percentage of men actually are out here dating women and dealing with them romantically. You said in Miami it's not like that. In Miami it's definitely like that, because in a major city like this, all the girls are gravitating towards the guys that live on Star Island, the guys that are in Brickell, the guys that have money, the guys that have some kind of clout, etc. LA, New York City, Las Vegas, Miami, major cities, or whatever it is, where there's celebrities, athletes, whatever, the women are all fighting to date and or be associated with the men. When you guys go into a nightclub, right? All you guys are pretty attractive ladies. You go into a nightclub, where are all the women concentrated?
At the
Tables.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is exactly how the real world works as well. The top men have all the women. And then most of the guys, the other bottom 80% are fighting for the bottom 20% of women. So when women say this notion about, oh, well, it's cheating when you have sex with other girls, or, oh, guys have options, this other stuff, that's a fallacy. You guys have all the sexual abundance. Men have to earn their sexual abundance, because women only deal with a certain demographic of man. Earlier in the top of the show, we asked you guys, what do you guys like in a man? Well, a lot of you guys mentioned things that show leadership, dominance, competence, whatever, confidence. These are all traits of a man that's been accomplished and has built himself up to something.
Yep.
Men, simply put, ladies, women are born with value. Men must create their value.
That is not true, because there is men who are not living on Star Island, living in certain places that are definitely getting girls. Definitely getting girls with no problem like this. And so I'm not gonna say that his percentage is off, because obviously, yeah, like there's not a lot of guys who are special in that way. But I mean, yeah, if you look around, especially in like different kind of neighborhoods, yeah, they definitely have no problem. They definitely can get it as quick as it is available. Um, but I understand like that kind of different demographic that he's talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would be maybe a guy who's not like, super popping, or like, somebody who's just in a certain type of area, or a certain like type. I honestly think, okay, I'm trying to be politically correct, but some men can get whatever they want. It doesn't matter if their social status. It doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter about anything. They just have that thing where any woman that they want, that they desire, they will have. And some men are just not like that. So I don't think it has anything to really do with money. I do know that, yeah, like if you're at like South Beach or whatever, yeah, a lot of the girls that go in the club, they are gonna be like a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women would be memorized by like the men that have money and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So in the glamour, so I get the point that he's trying to make, but yeah, a lot of people don't have no problem getting it.
This is why a small minority of men have sex with all the girls. So going to my point is that if a woman has sex with a lot of men, if a man has sex with a lot of women, he should be able to do so. A man should be able to have sex with as many women as he can afford and or has the status to get. But it doesn't work the other way around. As a man has sex with more women, it's inevitable that he brings value to the market. But if a woman has sex with a lot of men, she lowers her value from a marriage standpoint. So that's the reality. That's why I always laugh when women say this. Well, if you can bang a lot of girls, why can't I bang a lot of guys? And I'm like, whoa. Like, no, hold on. It's easy for you guys to get sex. It's very difficult for men to get sex. You guys open up your phones right now, you're going to have 99 plus DMs from dudes hitting you up trying to get laid.
Yeah, but the thing is, for us women, I mean, it's just naturally going to be different because we are on the receiving end. Men are on the giving end. And so, that's our womb. That's our womb. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally like our sacred space that different energy is entering. So naturally, we have to move differently than how men move, because men are on the giving end. Men are just giving. Women are the ones who are receiving. So naturally, it's very different. Like naturally, a woman should care for her body in a completely in a different way than men. And I'm not saying that like men, should just be out here slinging it. but why did I dance like that when I said that? But we're just naturally designed differently. We're super emotional. You know what I'm saying? And in that sacred space, yeah, like that's connected to a lot of things that would make us feel that connection to that love, that this, that. And yes, there's women who can turn that off and literally can maneuver like a man and not be affected. However, yeah, there is a difference. There for sure is a difference, because genetically we're just completely different. We are different. We are different. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'm not even gonna hold you. I wasn't really 100% feeling this. This was actually sent to me from one of my subscribers in my DM. I asked them if they wanted me to shout them out, but I didn't get a response back. So I just, came on here and I did it. So that's the only reason why I'm not shouting them out. Obviously, I'm not sure if they really wanted that. But the only reason I'm saying that is because I just feel like I don't know if this was like a way longer interview, but I'm pretty sure it was. But I feel like maybe there's some bits of the conversation that I'm missing. But I just think a lot of things were said like on here like pretty matter of fact that should not have been generalized. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you guys, like I said, always leave your comments in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys think genuinely. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys.